Ladies and gentlemen, I'm reading a Politico article. Very interesting article, The Legal Threat to Trump World in Georgia. And what sorts of laws might be at issue? You would think that there would be a list of statutes broken by Trump. A long list of statutes, right? Georgia has a variety of statutes related to certain crimes that may be implicated by the conduct under investigation, as well as broad anti-racketeering law that has drawn some attention. That doesn't state a specific legal statute. Okay. But then you get this. What has Willis's office been up to? Prosecutors in Willis's office have been conducting a criminal investigation since early last year that originated with the call between Trump and Georgia Secretary of State. Okay, so initially the call was going to send Trump to jail. That never happened. The call ended with Raffensperger saying, "Okay, thank you, Mr. President. Speak to you soon." Then there was little of the way of public observable investigative activity until this past May, when a judge approved a request by the office to convene a special grand jury. The grand jury has thus far found nothing in terms of evidence that shows Trump committed a specific crime. What they're doing is they initiate investigations, they subpoena lawyers and attorneys working for Trump and people around Trump to try to find something. They have not found a specific crime that Trump committed because he went through numerous attorneys. Eastman, Giuliani, other attorneys. He had a team of lawyers. He had a legal team. His legal team, according to this article, in recent weeks, the office subpoenaed an array of Trump-adjacent figures, including lawyers John Eastman and Rudy Giuliani, who were reportedly integral to the former president's elaborate effort to fight results. Lindsey Graham. Okay, and then a representative who worked with Jody Hice, who reportedly worked with Trump's team to prevent. Okay, unfortunately for Democrats, there are legal avenues to Trump trying to fight or battle through the courts 2 years ago, and Democrats did and tried to do the same types of things. Maybe not the exact same types of things, but they tried and failed in 2016. They even had a public service announcement from Hollywood celebrities urging officials to do the same thing Trump urged officials to do. Anyway, hit subscribe, though, to this channel really quickly. At 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. every day, I will have segments on this channel. If you want to become a member of this channel, please do so. My members are awesome, and their membership is actually really awesome and fun for the live streams. I will have a live stream tonight. Go to H.A. Goodman to read my writing on The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist. Read my article in The Federalist predicting the stock market crash and devastating economy that we're seeing, recession. I predicted all of this in September of 2021. Go to the playlist below as well. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below. Ladies and gentlemen, again, read my article in The Federalist in October, published, predicting we would have a stock market crash and economic decline. It's going to get much, much worse. Subscribe also to the Stock Market Crash channel. I have a segment up this morning, and the Nuclear Confrontation channel. I have a segment up this morning on both. The office also identified 16 Republicans who served as Trump's alternate officials in states as possible targets of the probe early this week. However, a judge criticized District Attorney Willis's decision to host a fundraiser for the opponent of one of those officials, one of the Republican officials who worked for Trump. So it's like they're literally going after the direct political rivals, utilizing the state. And you saw that with the Steele dossier and with the Mueller probe. They went after their direct political rivals. They're the authoritarians that they claim Trump is. Although it's interesting. Trump's the only tyrant and authoritarian in the history of mankind who doesn't have control of his intelligence agencies, who doesn't have control of all of media, who doesn't have control of industries like Hollywood, music industry, pretty much, corporations out there are not siding with Trump. So it's like, what kind of authoritarian tyrant is this man? It seems that he's being persecuted, or it seems that he's the victim of an entire political establishment and system. If you really look at it from, what's taking place is the following. Hunter, has criminal, numerous crimes within his emails, 150 financial transactions deemed very suspicious by banks, voicemails, pictures, videos. I mean, you can look. He's in one video allegedly weighing illegal narcotics and brandishing firearms, which you can't do if you have a criminal record or if you're engaged in criminality. And you should never actually brandish a firearm. And I'm a huge, huge supporter of the Second Amendment. You shouldn't just brandish in a photo, okay? So that's not, responsible ownership. But see, again, Democrats, all they do is pontificate and preach and condemn and judge. Meanwhile, you have hundreds of millions of dollars from business deals with corporations serving as a front for, foreign intelligence services. New York Post broke that story 2 years ago. We weren't allowed to hear about it because Twitter suppressed, and social media algorithms everywhere suppressed discussion of it. Okay, but you don't really, there are legal statutes that we can go into. Rudy Giuliani has a long list that Hunter broke. It's right there within his emails and within the money flow and the business. You can actually see, you could read emails and the emails correspond with business transactions. It's not very difficult. He's being investigated right now by the United States government. If he was a Trump Republican, he would have already been in prison. It's not difficult. You have a money flow, you have emails, you have photos, you have videos. And you have a voicemail from Joe saying, okay, you're in the clear. I read the New York Times article. Not difficult. Okay, you have emails also asking Hunter for help, influence on how he can use his influence on the company's behalf. That Hunter gives 10% of his earnings, through shady business deals to the big man, which is Joe. It's not difficult to see numerous crimes. It is a crime to have business deals to deal with foreign operatives and promise access to the United States government, which you've seen in the New York Post. And the New York Post and Daily Mail have explained that those emails are basically that. They're selling these people, whether it's Joe or Hunter or James or whatever, that you can look at the New York Post article. They're selling out the country. It's not my opinion. It's actually within the emails. So you can read his own emails and you can see the criminal activity. With Clinton, with top secret intelligence on private servers, it's a crime. You can't transfer top secret intelligence onto private servers. Just like you can't promise beneficial treatment and a meeting with the vice president in order to get business deals and hundreds of millions of dollars. You can't have classified data transferred on to top secret intelligence, transfer onto servers running outside the United States government. You can't do that. Impossible. Not possible. It is a crime to do so. Under 18 U.S. Code 371, you don't even need intent. Okay. And I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. Okay. You can't do those things. If you read any article about Georgia, and the New York probe is basically ended. Okay, the DA has basically ended the probe into Trump. And so if you look at what's taking place in Georgia, for example, and it's the same thing as what took place in New York. The New York probe, the Georgia probe, these are public relations stunts by media and the Democratic establishment and never-Trumpers apparently in Georgia. They don't have anything on Trump. If they did, he would have been in prison already. My God, it's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. Trump would have been in prison already had he committed a crime. Clinton was not imprisoned, was not indicted because she did commit crimes. However, James Comey and all of media, but mainly James Comey and Strzok, who said we'll stop Trump in a text message. McCabe, who was fired also, they all were, sided with the Democratic Party, said, yes, you know what? Top secret intelligence on servers running outside of the United States government. What country would even allow that? Countries around the world, intelligence agents are laughing. Even Michael Hayden, President Obama's top intelligence chief, said he would lose respect for countries if they didn't already obtain Clinton's information. Again, I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. We need that because I want to see every left-leaning pundit say vote for Hillary. And other reasons, too. I think she would be a million times better than Joe. But I also obviously think Trump would win a million out of a million times. And I'd vote for Trump. But my point is, there are no crimes Trump committed. There are crimes Democrats committed. What they do is they investigate, find nothing or no intent. And then if they investigate with Trump, it's, the walls are closing in, and then the walls never close in. and then it just fizzles out. But the image is that he's as rampant criminality gets away with. And the problem is he doesn't commit crimes. He goes through his attorneys, and what he does, his crime is not caring about wonderful, morally superior, highly educated liberal sensibilities. That's his crime. Trump does not commit crimes. And if he did, the system, the establishment would definitely indict him. Democrats do commit crimes, but they get away with them. Up until the Durham probe, Trump Republicans taking over the House and Senate, there will be impeachment of Joe Biden numerous times probably. And so the pendulum is shifting. But up until now, Democrats have gotten away with crimes because they have James Comey, or they have prosecutors, or they have social media algorithms preventing any discussion of what's going on. And you have activists who are now journalists who are never suspicious of Democrats, even though they have videos of obvious criminality. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Be here at 11 a.m. There's a difference, ladies and gentlemen. There's a difference. And this all is going to work out in Trump's favor. He's actually the least alleged authoritarian of all time. It's really funny. Tyrants and authoritarians, and they're the ones who take control of government and go after their political rivals. Trump doesn't do that. He's never done that. The people like James Comey or Strzok or McCabe, they engaged in criminal behavior. Like Strzok said, "We'll stop Trump" in a text message. If he said we'll stop Clinton, I mean, could you imagine media? Could you imagine the DOJ under Garland? Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel. Be here for the live stream tonight, and I'll be back at 11 a.m. Be here at 11 a.m., people. Thank you. Oh, and go to the Stock Market Crash channel.